So some of the listeners might know, we did an interview 2 summers ago. It'll be 2 years in August, and
that's irrelevant information.
It's not irrelevant.
I think so. Actually, it's not.
Oh yeah, so we did that like 2 years ago. At the time, your album was gonna come out.
Yeah.
It still hasn't come out. You added a lot to it, and we're always talking about. Last time I was out in LA, we were talking about doing an update podcast to like, kind of let the listeners know what is up.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that we could. I mean, we could talk about whatever, but I was hoping you could let us know what's changed since then, in terms of the album.
As far as terms of the album really hasn't changed that much, to be real. The album really hasn't changed that much. There's been a couple tweaks in the features and stuff like that. But as far as change, it's more about myself and where I am.
Yeah.
And I feel like the charisma or the energy and everything I brought to the table when I had this album, I felt like mentally, I felt like I had a lot of things figured out as far as where I wanted my music to go. And that position, that time, because that's what music is based off of, at least for me. And I feel like for a couple of my homies, I can't speak for everybody else, but as far as I write music, I don't write music like in the future where I'm gonna be. I write my music in the
present?
In the present, as always. And always, like, not about the future. So it's just like
mind state?
Yeah, state of mind. So it's just like, if I'm feeling sad that day, I'm gonna write sad music. If I'm feeling happy about something, I'm gonna make music that's happy. But I felt like that place in time where I was when I made this music and I compiled this chapter of my life, this album, because that's what albums are based off of, I think, for myself and probably other artists. I can't speak for everybody, but where I was when I thought about this album, me, Lucas, Dana, a whole bunch of the squad, there's too many names to name. I'll name them all throughout the interview. But
yeah, for sure.
I remember Lucas being like, what you need to do is just write this shit down on paper, because we had the studio popping off in my old crib and shit. And really what I want to get back to that point in my life where I felt very confident about my music, myself, mental state, health state. That was like it's not a peak, because there's no peak in life unless you're a fucking failure and you just feel like something peaked. But the thing is, like,
a high point.
A high point. I feel like I haven't reached my high point. Is me. My high point is gonna be when, like, on some dramatic ass shit. Like, it's gonna be when I pass away and people are able to reflect on what I've done.
Yeah.
And like that's when you're able to really reflect on shit. So I want to be able to mentally get back to the point where I was when I made that album. When I was like waking up every day happy, because like I'm a very depressed ass dude. I wake up sometimes, I have no idea why I feel the way that I am. I feel this weight on my shoulders, mental, everything. It sucks. It doesn't feel good. So I feel like if the reason why this album has been pushed back so many times is because I feel like I need to get back to where I was mentally, with happiness and consistency, and everything around me felt like it was perfect at the time. And I know that slows people down, obviously. It's not the best decision you could make, but I know that I'm still playing shows, I'm still releasing music. But that album represents a part of my life where I was at the happiest that I possibly could.
For sure.
Stable with bread, stable with my relationship with the people around me, my family. So I know that right now I'm building up to the epitome of happiness, and I know what it is. I know what it feels like to be happy all the time, and that's why I wasn't able to ever release this album. Like, I keep pushing it back because I feel like I'm not mentally ready to release an album that represents something that I'm not feeling at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
That album, when you listen to 8 Times Hokage, you're gonna be like, Louis lit. Louis loves his life. Louis loves everything around him.
You feel happy for you.
And they're going to be happy for me.
You are.
So I don't want people feeling happy for me when I'm not happy for myself.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a facade.
Exactly. And, like, for me, like, we were talking about, like, just, like, Instagram, Twitter stunts. Like, it's funny. It's funny, like, rapping about fake shit that doesn't exist in the sense of being, like not being like pull up in a Lambo. Bit, it's all escapism. The whole entire concept of rappers is escapism. These niggas are fictional people. These people don't like this. Doesn't like half the things. 90% of the things they say don't hold up. You know what I mean? So it's just like I want people to hear this album that I put my heart, my soul, my body, my energy. I like there were times where I couldn't eat, but I would still find time to go and record and make this music. To make sure that people understood the hunger. Like if I was like the type of music that I make, and like people might not sometimes take me all the way seriously about certain things that I do, but like my work ethic is on point. I don't care. Like if to the point where like if I start writing a song and I'm hungry when I'm writing a song, I'm not gonna stop in the middle of the song to eat. If I'm feeling hungry at the beginning of the song, I'm gonna be hungry at the end of the song, and then I deserve to eat. That's how I feel. And some people will be like, okay, word, I didn't think he even cared about certain things like that. But like, if I'm full if I just ate an entire full 5-course meal, you're gonna feel that I ate a 5-course meal during that song. Like, and everything should reflect how I feel at the time. And that's why 8 Times Hokage hasn't dropped yet. And it's because I want people to hear this album and really understand that this chapter in my life was one of those chapters that I am not trying to relive. I'm not trying to get back to it, but I'm trying to reflect exactly how I felt when I wrote this album. And this album is still relevant to what I'm doing today. There's nothing fabricated on the album. Shout outs to Wiki. Like me and Wiki, when we did this tour, with me, Lucas, and Wiki, shout outs to Wiki, shout outs to Lucas, shout outs to Ruben, shout outs to Matt, shout outs to Letter Racer, shout outs to Sammy, shout outs to that van that fucking carried us across the fucking country. Like I'm grateful for everything that ever happened on that. Back to the album, to get back on some real, like back to the... Like, back to the album, right? Back to the album. Like everybody on that album that helped me work on this album, I feel like I want them to be super proud of me for what I did for this album too. You know what I mean? Like Wig, fucking Lucas, Dana. Shout out to Dana for taking time out of his day to help me mix this shit. You know what I mean?
Dana
Nikolai vocals. You know what I mean? Young L was on this album. I don't know if you are familiar with Young L, but he's Young L from the Pack, bro. Lil B.
Oh, I know the Pack.
Yeah, so Young L made all the instrumentals for the Pack. He's part of one of the rappers. Pink Dolphin. Have you ever heard that brand? You ever heard of Pink Dolphin? Yeah. That's his brand. That's his brand. Yeah, and like, and since I was a little kid, like, that was my second favorite rapper ever. It went Jay-Z, then Young L, and for me to really like we were talking about this shit, like getting your bread right, all this bullshit. And I was just like, I got my bread right to the point where I was able to be like, reach out to Young L. I was like, let me cop a beat, whatever. Cop the beat or whatever, you know what I mean? It's not like, I was able to reach out to one of my idols.
For sure.
And get them incorporated into something that I really, truly believed in and I backed with, like, dude, like I'm telling you, like,
well, yeah,
it's I don't know.
You got a lot of bass shit. You got the Lil B intro, right?
The Lil B intro.
You got the Keyboard Kid instrumental.
The Keyboard Kid. Yo, shout out to Keyboard Kid, bro. Such an amazing artist, such an amazing dude. Keyboard Kid really held it down.
Yeah.
Shout out to Olivia Shubin, bro. She did the album work for me. Like, bro, like when I tell you that me and Olivia have such a tight relationship, bro. Like me and Olivia are like blood. Yeah. Like I told her the concept of my album and she drew exactly what I needed, bro. Like she's an
amazing artist.
And she's very much responsible for where my album is today because she, first of all, not only did my album art, but I told her the concept of it and she drew it exactly how I wanted. Like I was expecting for me and her to go back and forth for a couple months on ideas. I give her an idea and she instantly, and I was just like,
that's fire.
Dead ass. Dead ass. You're just gonna one take it. You're gonna one take something that I've been working my entire life on. Like you're really just gonna flex on me like that. Like this girl
Show you up.
It always shows me up. Olivia always shows it up. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like Olivia has booked me for multiple shows at her crib. Like there's nothing I would not do for Olivia, bro. Like it doesn't matter. I will serve jail time for Olivia. I don't give a fuck.
Gang. What's changed as far as
the
album? Like, yeah, obviously we talked about like conceptually, but
yeah. As far as the album has changed, I feel like all the songs that I have feature artists on, I feel like there's a part of me that has expressed myself within the chapter of my life to these people that have helped me write these songs. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Not write the song. Nobody writes my lyrics. I write my own music, but that might have sounded like someone helps me write that.
Inspired.
So like, even like Chapo, for example, right? Like Chapo's on my album. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Chapo. Shout outs to Keyboard Kid. Shout outs to Wiki. Shout outs to Lucas. Shout outs to Keyboard Kid. Shout outs to
that one.
No, I just always want to give shout outs to everybody because I'm so grateful.
You don't want to forget anyone.
Not even about forgetting. I'm just so grateful about what I'm doing. Shout outs to OD.
Oh yeah.
Shout outs to OD. He's on my album. Shout outs to DOC. Shout outs to Ugly Family and like. I think that every single time that I had a feature on any of these songs, I felt like I've expressed where I am and what I'm doing and where I'm at. Like me and Wick, bro, this song that me and Wick have together, bro, we really have touched bases on where we were on certain parts of our lives, like on some like why are we writing this song? How are we writing the song? Why are we writing the song? How are we writing the song? How are you feeling about the song? How am I feeling about the song? How is the song relatable to the both of us?
Did you do that? Was that email or like in person?
No, the whole entire tour. Me and Pat talked about this entire concept of the song for months before I even thought about setting the song. I don't want this no more, no. I am so wavy, but I don't like showboats. I was so happy you had to let me go.